Hey, welcome back to Blues Basics. This is number 3. I hope you've had fun with 1 and 2 and that by now you've got a handle on our little boogie rhythm that we've been playing, on our little introduction turnaround, and that you're comfortable with that whole 12-bar blues format, at least in the key of E. Today we're going to add a little bit of spice to our 12-bar blues. So we're going to throw in a riff in bar 2, and then we've got a couple little licks that we're going to play over our E chord later on in the blues progression. So I'll play it for you first so you can get a bit of a feel for what it's going to sound like, then we'll dive into the parts. So now that we know what it sounds like, let's jump into the little parts that we're adding to our blues this time. So the first thing you'll notice is in bar 2, I've forsaken the quick change, I've stayed in E, and I'm playing this little riff. The first beat's going to consist of 2 strums on our E5 chord, followed by this little triplet pattern. So that's like a 1-ender, 2-ender. So we're simply holding down our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, plucking that one, and then hammering onto the 4th fret. And then we're plucking the A string with our index finger on the 2nd fret. And it's a triplet like this. You'll notice I do it 3 times, and my pick direction goes down, hammer on, and then an upstroke on the A string. So all up that bar will sound like this. Maybe a bit slower. Okay, we go through the next couple of bars as normal. So we do another bar of our E rhythm, we do the walk up to our A chord. Now this time when we get to A, we're going to play 1 full bar and then half a bar, finishing on beat 3. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We let that ring out through beat 4, and then when we get to our E chord, we're going to play this little lick. That's going to be the first bar, and simply all we're doing is we're placing our index finger on the 7th fret of the high E string, our middle finger on the 8th fret. We're going to play them both at the same time, and you can do it like this. You can see my 3rd finger ends up on the 9th fret of the G string. Now just to add a bit of authenticity, what I'm going to do is with my middle finger I'm going to push that string up. So I'm going to push the B string up or bend it just slightly sharp like this. So it's that sound of the flat 3 note going up to the major 3. So essentially it's trying to turn a minor chord into a major chord. And then we're finishing on our E note there. So that's the root note, that's why it sounds good. So it should sound like this. Okay, now our next bar of E is going to do this. Essentially this lick is just descending through an E minor pentatonic scale starting on the open E string, then the 3rd fret on the B string, open B string, 2nd fret on the G string, open G string, followed by a hammer onto the 1st fret of the G string, so it's going to go. And then we finish the lick up with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, which happens to be an E note, which is the root note of the key. So nice and slow, it'll go like this. And that is all of the changes for Blues Basics number 3. Put all that together and it will sound like this. As usual, have fun with that, practice heaps, and I will see you for Blues Basics number 4 next week. Boom. Okay, go practice. Stop watching YouTube.